Do 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 do. All right, there and there. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Good, good, good. All right. Well, I hope everybody had a great trading day today, and what a day today! So again, got a little bit of follow through from yesterday's wild upside move in the SPX. We chopped in the beginning, we pushed again, went chop again, and then Jay Powell started talking, and we pushed again, and then a little bit down at the close. So, but again, really a wild move today. We'll take a look at the charts on that in a little bit. Today we're going to be talking about what happened with Apple today. So Apple actually had a decent day today. So but we'll take a look at that in a second, guys. Before we get started, everything we're going to talk about is for educational purposes only and not investment advice. So please take a moment to review this disclaimer. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Good, good, good. All right, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to check see where we left off the market here today. And then we will take a look at the futures, see what we're up to or down to here this evening. And then we'll take a look at the topic. And then we'll go through questions and chart requests. So let's get started. All right, so SPX guys up 21 points today. This monthly chart flipped green yesterday, and it is in the green again here on the monthly. We're not that far from all-time highs. Inside week off of last week's bearish engulfing candle, we've seen this before when those get invalidated. We got if we could push over here, we get to all-time highs, shifts our trend line back over, back to being bullish till proven otherwise. They tried to prove it otherwise here by getting below the 50-day moving average, but ended up working their way back up. And now we're back over the ADMA, and everything is awesome, right? So we got that going on. Let's take a look at the wave count, right? So this is kind of what we've been tracking right here, right? So we have this kind of 1-2 move. This could be a subwave 1 of a larger wave 3. It could be wave 3. It'd be kind of small because wave 4 would kind of intersect. So I'm going to say this is part of a larger wave 3. There was an ending diagonal wave, subwave 5 in here. Then we got this ABC pullback, and it looks like an impulsive wave up, right? So from here, we're just going to see what kind of if this impulsive wave wants to continue, or if we kind of get a little bit down move right here. So the wave may be kind of finishing up. We might see a little ABC pullback to the 382 before a bounce, or we could get to the 618 for a bounce. So we're just kind of looking at those as the main levels of interest going forward, right? So good stuff there. Let's take a look at the futures and see what we're up to or down to here this evening. So again, if you see a pullback tomorrow, don't be too surprised. And in fact, if you look at this, right, I mean, we are basically right on the cusp of a inverse head and shoulders pattern, right? Here's your shoulders pattern, here's your head, here's your shoulder right here. If we break above that, we can make a nice move, but it might just kind of want to work a little bit more on this side shoulder right here, which would kind of correspond with that wave 2 pullback that we were talking about, and then boom, we get this shoulder breakout, and we get to all-time highs, and good to go. We got really close to it here today, and then it just kind of tapered off there at the end of the day. Oh no, did I say the word taper? Oh no! So, but anyway, pretty amazing stuff, right? So we saw this big drop the other day, a big reversal back up, right? So just amazing how it does this, and it does it right at all these levels, right? It's like here where it finds all this interest. So we talked about that. We talked about it as a possibility, and we did get some continuation here today. Now this big move up the other day was kind of irrational too. Again, a lot of it had to do with the option expiration last week, right? We had the quad witching on Friday, and so you get all that gamma off the books, right? So now basically the market makers are like, well, which way am I going, right? So if you get a lot of calls coming in there, right? I'm just gonna take a quick look here at the SPX and just look at the. I'm just gonna go in Thinkorswim here. You can't see it from your end, but I'm just gonna take a look at the total calls and puts that are out here today on this one, and I've got a feeling. Let's see, it's a little bit slow. All right, so total calls, yeah. Oh, interesting. Yeah, we actually have more put volume right now. So 750,000 puts out there on the SPX and 400,000 calls. So it looks like those bears are trying to load up on this one, right? So definitely something to keep an eye out there. So very interesting, right? So it looked like a lot of gamma hedging yesterday to the upside. So puts though, right? Sell a put. Right, look to we just look to see where we go. Right, so we're basically in positive gamma territory, so they're buying dips. Right, so pretty interesting stuff there. Let's take a look at. Let's just go back here one more time and look at the SP futures, see if we got any geometric levels that we can keep on our radar going into tomorrow. And we kind of do. Right, we have a little bit of a sideways head and shoulder-ish type pattern right here. Let me get this pulled up here. Sorry, guys. Right there, and then let's take a look. So we got this geometric line right here. Okay, so we got to see how that holds, and then we'll kind of see how this guy holds into the evening if it wants to. So, and this would be a little bit tight right here. So, and just a really, really tight range right now. So it already is kind of breaking out of a mini triangle right now. So we'll see how that holds. See how these geos hold tonight. Again, if we still continue to be constructive tonight, we are not that far from all-time highs. So, so definitely something to keep an eye on there. So good stuff. Well, let's take a look at the main topic of the day. So we're going to focus in on another chart today that I just kind of wanted to highlight, not necessarily Elliott wave wise, but just candlesticks alone, right? Just to kind of look at it and be like, hey, what why is Apple starting to move again, right? So what happened with Apple today? Well, let's take a look. So Apple, the big thing is I tweeted this out yesterday, guys, in the public Twitter. One of the big things about Apple is the way it's been behaving here off of this kind of this recent move, right? So, big picture type stuff here on the daily chart. What we've seen is looks like we're working on the CD wing of a butterfly pattern or a crab pattern, and you can kind of just draw a harmonic on top of this. I know it's a little bit sloppy on the chart right here. But you can see exactly what we're saying right here, that it looks like we're working our way up nicely, right? So off of a good harmonic here on Apple, which is pretty amazing how this stuff always tends to play out, right? So if you go to the top of this right here, you go to the bottom of this right here, you'd look for a 1.618, which we already got. So that's your butterfly. And then at this point now, it looks like we could be going for the crab, right? So the next level up is over this level right here, and then you get the 2.618. If it really wanted to, you could get to all-time highs. Wow, if this rode this wing all the way up to all-time, so 3.618 is all-time highs on Apple, which is pretty amazing, right? So that kind of gives us some sentiment, right? And so once you have, you can see like these harmonics, and then what I like to do is I like to kind of hone in on the wave count, right? And so we will look at a little Elliott wave, right? So just kind of once you have those harmonics in right here, you can kind of take a look and see what's going on, right? So again, big move down here, right? So what we would look at here is the potential for a 1-2-1-2, right? So we had this move right here, and keep in mind we held the geometric line, the macro upper trend line right here. So you have this 1-2-1-2 type move to it, right? And at that point here, it looks like we're working on the larger wave up, right? So we could be in wave 3 of 3. So really, honestly, seeing this thing get its push up to the 3.618 wouldn't be too surprising, right? So it looks like we're in this impulsive move up. A couple pause stages have been pretty tough, but what I really want to show you here is this. And I will clean up the chart here for you. I'm just going to do a clean one here. I just want to show you what the candlesticks were showing us here, which is really pretty interesting stuff. So the big thing that we had recently is we pointed it out before on Twitter, is the inside-outside day. Right, and so what we had right here was this this paused doji day, right? It's kind of part of this 1-2-1-2. So and as you guys recall, we had this gap right here, we had this gap resistance, right? So this was a tough level to get through, right? And so we had this inside day down with an outside candle, right? And what that means is that the inside day failed its way to the upside, right? And then it worked its way back down here to the other side of the inside candle, which means that it probably wanted to change direction, but it face planted right into the ADMA right here, right? So unless we get some confirmation or some follow through there, it's pretty tough to get going. And instead, it worked its way up back up the next day and gave us an inside candle, which we gapped above and pushed. This is the key candle right here, this guy, right? So I'm going to put a little arrow pointing to it right there. This candle, super duper important, right? Because what did it do? It proved that it wanted over this resistance. Okay, now is it going to keep going up directly straight from there? Not necessarily, right? But this definitely shows the context of that larger harmonic, which I'll draw again for you here, right? You just go here, down to the lows, up again. It wasn't pretty, like, because this could have been the harmonic right here and try to work its way up there, but it ended up doing a 1-2-1-2, right? And then it's kind of working on this this type of butterfly crab pattern right now. So we're working our way up the wing. Okay, so this one showed us the intent, right? Because it had a strong breakout candle over the 50-day moving average, over the levels right here with volume. Do you think institutions like this when we close over the 50-day moving average? You bet they do. I mean, some folks, some institutions, some places only trade when you're over the 50-day. Look at it. We got over the 50-day right here. We went up, right? We get back over the 50-day here. We went south. We got over the 50-day here. They loaded up, right? Increased volume. So now that's the intent. Right now, that's the reaction. This is your action. This is your reaction. Right. So we're getting that nice follow through here. And we actually a couple other cool things I wanted to point out too is this happened again. Right. So this little pattern that we had right here, this inside-outside pattern, happened again yesterday. Right. And that was kind of the big thing right there. So and it's wild, right? I mean, when this stuff happens, right? So we had quad witching on Friday. And we had this huge volume on an inside candle, which means there's like a lot of built-up energy in that inside candle. Right, and then you get this explosive move because this quick down move. And yesterday, everything was a dip buy yesterday, right? All the big names, and they ended up working their way up. So now you have an inside-outside candle, which means it failed to the downside. Now it's working to the inside, so you've got even more intent to the upside. And today was your follow-through day on Apple. for a really nice move. Now, are we going to get follow through tomorrow? Maybe. I mean, it's still kind of bullshit. We could get another pause day or pull, maybe a 1-2 day pullback, and then we get going again, right? So we just need to keep an eye on it. But that is what happened with Apple today. And then you kind of get into the nitty gritty here. You go to the lower term time frames, and these are levels that we provide to our members here on all the go-to list names. And we held our signal zones, right? So this is tough, right? It's tough to get long here at the lows today. There was a couple little setups in here, but we got zone to zone. And this is actually a zone from today, so it's fine. But it ended up working its way back up, zoning, right? Getting this kind of this rally base, this drop base rally right here. And then once we got out here, we got through the 15-hour high. Apple was just, had this nice move up here intraday today. So it was really all about holding this and springboarding off of it today and working its way up. So, I mean, just a nice price action today. We're going to see if we get any follow through tomorrow. If not, look for a couple of pause days on it. We'll see where we go from there. But again, there's your intent candle right there with the huge volume that came in before quad witching. And then we had another inside outside here that failed to the downside, inside outside here that got confirmation to the upside. So far looking pretty bullish. We'll see what kind of follow through we get on that. But that is Apple, and that's what happened with Apple today. So good stuff, guys. Appreciate everybody for checking that out. Hopefully you guys found that helpful. At this point now, if anybody's got any questions or chart requests, please feel free to plug those in the chat window. We'll get through as many as we can. Try to wrap up as early as possible so we can all get a good night's sleep and have another awesome trading day tomorrow. So let's take a look. We've got a few requests from outside today. I love it. You guys watch the video, the recording of these. I love it. If you guys can't make it, you email me or you DM me in Twitter. You're like, hey, can you look at these charts tonight? So you can go back and look at it later. That's great. I really appreciate it. So let's take a look and see. So we've got OTA sent a few out there here via email, I think, or was it? I think Twitter. Anyway, we got a few via Twitter, I think. And so let's take a look and see what we got. So let me put Apple back up and put the mess back up there on Apple, and let's take a look at that. So Tesla again, guys, inside day here today, tight range. There's a couple things that are interesting, right? If you kind of zoom in here, right, we're getting really close. If you kind of really take a look at it, we're getting really close to this red cloud, right? So watch this. If it does decide to work its way up a little bit, watch this as potential resistance, right, to potentially work its way down, or if we get some sideways action here. Look at that as a potential roadblock, right, for Twitter, for Tesla. So a couple other things we got going on here too, and let me stretch this trend box out. I haven't had a chance to do that yet. Okay, so just trend box. So we're still just kind of chopping around this range right here. We're in this channel or a flag, right? It still hasn't been invalidated as a flag pattern. And we're still thinking that it's possible that this zigzag could be working its way down. Now, are they making it easy? No. But it does look like an ABC type formation. It could work its way even to the top of the channel and still be valid, within the next 5 days or so, and not really be bigger than the flagpole. And then we can see if it rejects that level. That would kind of correspond pretty closely to that daily cloud. And we see if we work its way off there. If we break the flag down, then we've got, of course, this open gap and the triangle below's potential support. So let's definitely keep an eye on that one. So still leaning a little bit bearish, but right now, until we can break out of that channel, I'm just going to kind of let it do its thing and, look for setups. But good stuff there. Roblox, let's take a look. So Roblox looking pretty good. So it's definitely looking like this is the wave forward that we were talking about. Paul was looking at this one today. We did get a nice little buyable dip on it right off the last move. He was hoping to get a dip buy on this. So this could have been it, right? This could have been the area. And if you just kind of look at the retracement on this one here today off of the lows, here to here, right? I mean, we're talking about right off of the 618 Fibonacci, right? So could be a nice little subway. Remember, we were talking about the potential for a 1-2-1-2, right? It had that little 1-2 pullback. Right? This could be the 1-2, right? And we could be kind of starting to grind our way up with a leading diagonal. So we'll see how that goes going into tomorrow. And let's take a look at snow. We got a decent little dip right off the 618, which is pretty cool. And snow. So snow, guys, still snowed in, right? So it's over the 80 MA. Still got a little bit of volume today. We kind of came back in. It's getting pretty tight. It's getting kind of a tight range right here. Kind of a diamondish type look to it. So see how that holds. Let's look for some strength or potential breakdown on it. So a little bit of caution there on snow. And let's take a look at square. Square's looking okay. Could be a little flag pattern right here, getting nice and tight here back at the 80 MA again, and back over the cloud. Wow, I got a lot of Fibonacci's on this one. Goodness gracious. We'll just go ahead and clean that up a little bit. Yeah, so looking pretty good right here. Looks like a 1-2, maybe kind of a 1-2. So it could be working on another impulsive move up. See if it breaks over these highs. I like the volume, right, and try to push its way up a little bit here too. So good stuff there on Square. Really appreciate it, Otas. Hope you have a great one. And Shirley sent a few via email. Shirley, hope you're doing great out there too. Let's take a look at mRNA. So mRNA. Yeah, it hung in there today. So this is a good one. Nice push in this sector today. Decent strong move here over the 80 MA, and kind of breaking out of these levels right here with some increased volume. So let's see if that gets any follow through on mRNA. think they had some news a little bit. Some sort of contract with the government or something like that. Etsy breaking out of the channel. Great find on this one. Looks great. It's been consolidating here for a while. Here's some good volume. You got your 50-day and your cloud right there. But if you get some follow through on this one, maybe a pause day, a little doji, and then a breakout, going into the next day would be great there on Etsy. Great find on Etsy. I'm going to put that on the bullish radar tomorrow. Looks pretty good. You made the radar. Let's take a look. Etsy. I like that. I like how it broke out of that consolidation. Let's see if we get some more volume in it. Right, a little more volume would be great. Good stuff there. Let's see CRWD. This is a hot one too. This got an upgrade this morning. It made the 15 orb list day. Wow, did it get some follow through today? 15 orb up today, huh? Wow, 15 orb just kind of ground its way up there pretty nicely there. So, but again, strong move at the open off of an upgrade. I think Stifle or somebody upgraded him. Anyway, definitely a Morningstar reversal type pattern. It definitely took out 50% of the range of the prior candle. So good stuff there. And let's see, we got a couple other ones on here. You got Dash on the radar. Wow, Dash is actually working its way up. Amazing. So good stuff there. And Costco with a breakout again. Look at that. All-time highs. I tell you guys, every dip on this thing. Woo! By the pier. This is what Kathy should be loading up on. Kathy Wood. Don't worry about all the future stuff. What about Costco? They're always packed and they're always beating on earnings. I mean, come on. Let's go. Every single dip. Buy this one because it goes up, right? So beautiful one at Costco. See if we can follow through tomorrow. Again, it's a tough name to kind of gauge these days with like kind of intraday candlesticks. So it's really a dip buy stock. It's just a long-term name. They continually post profits. They continually increase dividends. They continually just rock in terms of wholesale clubs, but really, really good stuff there. Alphabets, let's take a look at Wow. Oh, Alphabet sent a few in via Twitter. Yeah, so I hope you're doing great out there. Yeah, so Wow, nice push right here. Looks like we could be, maybe working on a smaller handle pattern on that one. So let's see how it handles that neckline above. Roblox, we took a look at a little bit earlier. Again, may have finished up this wave 4. It could be a 1-2 on the intraday and working its way up. And then SYSS. I think I asked about this one recently. And for some reason, this isn't pulling up. SYSS, not sure. Not sure what's going on with that one. Systems SSYS? Maybe SSY. Yeah, so you're probably asking about SSYS on this one. So, nice push here. Good volume today. Good push over the counter. And guys, did you guys see that one that Shirley asked about last night, that SAFM? Wow, what a move on this one, guys. We looked at this one last night. I just wanted to point this one out. This is a wild find on this one. So normally with this upper shadow is kind of like, we'll see, selling. I mean, look at that, boom! Talking about selling and acquisition type stuff today, and got an upgrade by JP Morgan, just like this random gap. And it's such a random name too to look at yesterday. And it was just kind of fun to see it up here this morning. So I just wanted to point that out. Good find on that one yesterday, Shirley. Good stuff. Good stuff, Bob. What's going on? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. You got Facebook on the radar. I like it. So Facebook really close to all-time highs here. So let's see if we break above those highs and get going. We're actually just cleared all-time highs after hours. Of course, it only counts intraday. But we'll see if we get a gap up on that one. Really, really nice reversal on that one today. It was also an action name idea from the bubble report this morning. So gave some good levels on this one today. Great follow through, 15 orb breakout, and just give us a bunch of fresh zones here today. But really, really nice move on Facebook today. So cool stuff there. Roku, let's take a look. Roku again. This thing just keeps going. It's a monster, right? It just keeps on going. Paul pointed says a trade of the week idea last week gave us some good opportunities. Anybody who still held that going into this week is just crushing it. And Paul found this as a possible wave 3 on the weekly chart and still going. Now it's a pretty intense move right here, right? Without any sort of pullback so far, right? You can see the range is about the same as like a recent range out, kind of a symmetrical range. So I wouldn't be surprised to see some sort of pause day or maybe a little wait for a pullback or something like that, right? And then see if it keeps on going up. But good stuff there. iSurge, this is a great find thing the other day, guys. I mean, just still continue to work its way up here at that geometric line. And again, fresh highs on that. Amazing. This is a big boy stock right here. It's a tough one to trade with the spreads. I think it's like, what is it, like $20 spreads on it. It's a wild one. But if you can catch it, right, and a nice move on it, this thing can be a wild one. It can be an amazing one. And then now, guys, look at this. Still working on this this butterfly wing, right? Some really cool stuff there too. It's just amazing. Double pause day right here, and then up again as it continues to attack this gap up here too. So really, really good stuff. Appreciate it, Bob. CELH, the nest. What's going on? Good to see you. Let's see. Yeah, CELH doing good. Working its way back up into the gap. I love it. And then PD, let's take a look. PD with a little bit of a pause day up here today. We were thinking it might give a little bit of a pullback, but I guess it just decided it wanted more because the volume yesterday was a little bit sketchy, but it just came in today and kept going. Good stuff there. Futu, let's take a look. Futu looks like it's breaking out of the range a little bit. Good volume on that one here today. Wing, let's take a look. Wingstop. Wingstop. I love it. So could it be the new GameStop? Wingstunk. Sideways cup and handle. Let's get out of this guy right here. We're close. We're getting this. We got a little mini breakout here today out of this kind of tight consolidation flag type pattern. Let's get above this. Maybe a retest, and then have a nice day. Let's see if Wingstop can get wings and go. Good stuff. And bullish bearish trades. What's going on? Good to see you. Let's take a look at RNG. Ring Central with the inside day up. Very nice. We talked about this one the other day. Very, very good stuff right there. Nice inside day up and starting to come out of the cloud, which is good there too. W day looks a little harmonic-ish, right? So you kind of got this going. This is when you start to see a right-wing harmonic like this. I always look for the start to do the Elliott wave counts, right? So this could be the kind of a 1-2. We might be in wave 3 on this one, so definitely keep an eye on W day for impulsive action. Snow. Again, we looked at this one here too. It could be a diamond. It's kind of doing its thing right there. Arc. Hey, the Arc K is moving. I love it. Finally. Poor Kathy. Let's go. VRSN. Wouldn't it be funny if she added the Arc K to her Arc K ETF? Can you do that? Anyway, so some pretty cool stuff there. VRSN, great find on this one yesterday too. Finally got out of that level right there. And a nice close of a little more volume would be nice to show that it wanted to stay there. Neo got it on the bearish radar here, guys. It looks like we pull back to this old geometric line. Again, the Chinese electric vehicle names closed pretty weak today, so we're going to see if they get any follow through. Tesla, we'd spent a little bit of time on here today. Inside day, it looks like we might be still in a wave 4, and then we'll see if it breaks down below the flag and starts to break down some more to give us that 400 level for the gap fill. Let's go. And then GDX, let's say like GDX still double inside day, just not ready yet on the gold, I guess, on the miners. DOCN, look at this Digital Ocean. There's a candle we like to see on our birthday cake, right? So nice push off of there. Good increased volume. Nice move on that one too. Good find on that one as well. GG, what's going on Wish? Let's take a look. Yeah, so Wish has been a hot name, strong name yesterday. Possible doji sandwich up tomorrow, right? So definitely keep an eye on Wish tomorrow. It could be an interesting one. And then PALI had a lot of unusual call activity too. So it could still finish the week out strong if they want to. PALI closing under the ADMA on that one, so a little bit of caution there. And seriously, what's going on? Good to see you. Speaking of what's happening with Facebook, let's say I know, huge right there. Breakout over those highs could get obviously fresh all-time highs, but a big move today. Also from the action name list from the bubble report this morning. DPen, what's going on? Good to see you. TRCH. Let's take a look. Woo! Bearish engulfing candle on that one. That's an ouchie there today, right into the gap. So see how it holds the ADMA if it gets down here, and then see if we can bounce off of it. Oh, so you got Facebook. You can't sleep because of your put. Yeah. Well, I know. It's going to be a rough one right there. We'll see, guys. A lot of these got pretty extended here today. I don't know. It might gap up to all-time highs and try to reverse there for you. It's just a big reversal today. It really stinks. Rico, yeah, I know, exactly. I know. It stinks when you're in a position. It's like, you gotta be careful with shorting, especially when the market is strong. That's the. I mean, it's not. It's kind of one recommendation. Not recommendation. One suggestion or idea I could put out there. When the market's strong, when the cues are strong, right? Wait till they get weak, right? Wait till they get weak, right? Nvidia, or there's a clear candle, right, that it wants to reverse, right? So I mean, at least for an overnight, right? So Nvidia the other day, right? Epic run up, right? And then it gave you this huge shooting star candle. Not only that, but there was like big institutional money that was clearly loading up in puts, and it ended up being a good overnight trade. But whoop, right back up, right? So you got to be careful. Why? Because the market is bullish right now, right? So you got to be careful with that. Okay, good. So Ron, what's going on? PayPal. Let's take a look. Well, trust me, when the market gets bearish, you'll know, and then you can look for cool bearish setups. PayPal, nice inside day up there today. Again, PayPal making a nice move right here. So it could be working on a little bit of a cup-ish type handle breakout right here. So again, a little bit 1, 2, 3, maybe gets another move up and then a wave 4 and then possibly a wave 5 to try to get up to all-time highs. We'll see how that goes. Netflix, let's take a look. Netflix with a wild move here today. Did it take out this level right here? It did. So my 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 is invalidated. I'm still bearish on it, but we'll see how it goes. It does have the gap up here. A lot of folks want to see it get in this gap, right? So let's see if we can get over this level right here, the cloud, with increased volume and fill that gap. But we'll see how it goes. Again, strong candle day, increased volume. You can't really deny that. It actually could be working on a harmonic here. So I'd like to keep my bearish sentiment, but that retrace right here was enough where, hey, maybe it is going to try to go for it. So we'll keep an eye on that here for Netflix. So good push there. It's got the 50-day moving average in the cloud. It's a little bit of resistance right now. But good stuff there. And Kalani, Hawaii, what's going on? Costco, we just talked about this one. We're like, Kathy, Wood, why are you adding all this weird stuff in your portfolio? Just add Costco on every dip, right? Same like if Chick-fil-A goes public, just add Costco and Chick-fil-A on every single dip, right? And you'll be fine, right? So Kathy, come on, right? So no, but obviously you want to look for setups. This is tough here on the intraday. It's a tough day trade name these days. It used to be a lot more fun when it was like cheaper, right? So when it was back down here, right, you can catch kind of some nice moves and all that stuff. But after COVID and all that stuff, it got a little bit tricky. But big kind of head and shoulder, big lopsided head and shoulders right here at a nice fresh all-time high in Costco. So good stuff there. CVNA, yeah, the future is now. Exactly. And don't they sell time machines there anyway? So anyway, good stuff there. So CVNA, nice breakout here. This geometrical line, getting some follow through on that. And good stuff. Really appreciate it, Kalani. And then the next FSLR, let's take a look. FSLR. Let's see if I type that in right there. Getting tight. Inside day. Getting tight. Which way do you think it's going to go? Solar names, infrastructure talks from politicians. Let's see. Let's see if we can take that inside day up and kind of get through these levels right here. So again, look for some strength and some volume to come in back in the solar sector here. It's getting really tight. Coin again, Kathy. I don't know. You're trying to pick a bottom on this one here all the way down. It's a tough one. I'd like to see it prove that it could actually go up first before starting to try to buy. Right now, it's just dipping. It's dipping. It hasn't had really anything else to buy off of it, right? So a little bit of caution on that. And that's right. Costco's the future is now. Welcome to Costco. I love you. Right. So. Anyway, good stuff, guys. I really appreciate everybody for tuning in, and great questions tonight. Awesome chart requests. We'll be back again tomorrow for the live stream tomorrow night, but we'll also be here bright and early on YouTube for the Good Morning Market Prep video, so be sure to tune in for that. Again, guys, I really appreciate everybody for being here. Thanks again for the requests. I hope everybody has an awesome evening. Stay healthy out there, and remember your risk first and stay safe so you can stay in the game.